Hi there, welcome to Crystal's Kitchen. My name is Crystal Lowery and today I am bringing you a chili recipe. If you've made chili in the past, maybe you've gone the route of sprouting your own beans and soaking them, etc., etc. That's not what we're doing today. What we're doing today is we're actually creating a copycat version of the traditional Wendy's chili. It's quick, it's easy, and it tastes amazing. So if you follow along with all the steps, it's an awesome recipe you can make anytime. So I'm adding in just about 1 tablespoon, which actually polishes off of this bottle of olive oil here, into the pan. So we're gonna set that aside for just a moment. I recommend a high quality beef. This is a Wagyu grass-fed beef. I love the flavor of this. We're gonna use 2 cloves of garlic. You might have seen it in the past, but I just go ahead and use my knife there just to crack that open. The full recipe is gonna call for a whole onion. We're just gonna use a half today. When I'm slicing my onion, I'm not cutting all the way through. What we're gonna do, we gotta get the grill fired up and so we can start adding the ingredients in order. We already added a little bit of olive oil to this pan, so let's go ahead and take this on over to the stove and get that started. I'm gonna crank that up to about a medium heat right now. We're gonna add the Wagyu beef first. And we're gonna go ahead and add the garlic in. A little bit of salt and pepper here. The beef is cooking down right now with salt and pepper as well as some garlic. We're gonna add the onions here momentarily, and we're gonna add our celery. So this recipe calls anywhere between 3 and 4 stalks of celery. Our celery is ready to go. Let's go add the onion. The celery can be a second ingredient behind. Then we're gonna come back and get the chili peppers ready. We're gonna continue to let that cook down, and we're gonna get the next couple of ingredients ready. So the recipe calls for 2 chilies. So I'm gonna do half of a jalapeno and half of a Serrano chili right here. Okay, you guys, I got my peppers ready. We're gonna take those over and add, but we also wanna add some of our seasoning. Remember, we have salt and pepper already in our mix. The 2 ingredients that are really key in this recipe is our chili powder and our cumin. And I went ahead and measured these already, so I've got a combination of the 2 here. We're gonna go ahead and add all of our seasonings in here. The last step here is we're gonna go ahead and add everything, all of our beans. So let's go ahead and open up the cans. We're gonna put it all in the bowl. Once we get the beans in, we're gonna go ahead and preheat our oven so we can get ready to make our cornbread as well. So adding our kidney beans in, pinto beans with all the liquid as well. We're gonna add in a bit more tomatoes here, our water, and that is everything we need to add to our pot to complete our chili. We're gonna add this all into our pan, you guys. Gonna add a bit more salt and pepper. And the trick here, you guys, is just let it start to simmer down. We're gonna knock our heat down just a bit. And since we're over here at the stove, fire up the oven to get it ready for our cornbread, which we're gonna make next. I am going to use a package of cornbread. If you want to search out a recipe and make one from total scratch, be my guest. I like to keep things as simple and easy as possible. Half the bag here. We're going to add in 1 egg, 3/4 a cup of milk. If you don't want to use dairy and you want to use a non-dairy, go for it. It's not really going to change that recipe much. And the recipe actually called for only butter, but I am going to use butter as well as coconut oil, one of my favorite ingredients that I use in a lot of recipes. You actually do want lumps in your cornmeal for your cornbread muffins. That actually is a desired consistency. So you want this just to be blended just enough. We've got no dry ingredients left, and the trick is you actually want to let this sit for just a few minutes. So perfect timing for us to get our muffin pan greased and ready to go. I like to use the silicone baking pans. They work really well. So I'm just gonna lightly spray this inside of each one. You definitely wanna make sure that you place the mixture in evenly for each of them. It's going to be a thick mixture. So I like to start with adding a generous spoonful to each cup and then kind of come back and fill if I need to. Perfect amount for the 6 jumbo cups. You guys, you do like to have a little peak on there that'll turn nice and golden brown. Our oven is already preheated and ready to go, 375. For these 6 muffins, it's gonna take anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes, depending on the temperature of your oven. We're gonna go ahead and put these in. We're gonna set our timer for about 14 minutes and check them, make sure that they're not getting overly done, and we'll do the toothpick test to make sure that it comes out without anything sticking to it. So let's go ahead and get these in the oven and set our timer. Timer is set. We're gonna go ahead and check on our chili, give it a nice quick little stir. You guys, it looks like our timer is just about ready to go for our cornbread muffins. So there it is. Let's go check it out, make sure that they're complete, and then we're gonna go ahead and serve up our chili. Beautiful. These look gorgeous. They smell amazing. We're just gonna let those sit for just a moment, take them off of our cookie sheet. Okay, you guys, a couple of toppings for this chili. You guys see the steam coming off of that. Some of my favorites are some sharp cheddar cheese. This is a thick cut. We're gonna sprinkle some of that right on there. I like a little sour cream, but in this case, I'm actually using a Greek yogurt. I had cut up some chives already. We're gonna add a little color. Beautiful. Wow, this smells amazing, you guys. I love this dish. We're gonna go ahead, these cornbread muffins are still really warm. Thanks again for joining me in Crystal's kitchen for another recipe. Today was incredible chili. I showed you guys exactly how to make it on the stovetop. I've also made it recently in the Instapot, and I'll be sure to record that video and post that for you guys as well. It's not a huge difference, but a few minor ones that are important to know about when you're using it in the Instapot. The cornbread muffins I made from a packaged Bob's Red Mill, which I really like. If you want to take your liberty and find one and make it from scratch, do so. Please let us know how it turns out for you. Can't wait to get the feedback on the chili. Thanks again for your support in Crystal's Kitchen. We look forward to seeing you on the next recipe.